Gulliver's Travels is a satirical novel by the Irish writer Jonathan Swift, first published in 1726. The book follows the travels of Lemuel Gulliver, a ship surgeon who finds himself washed ashore on a number of remote and bizarre islands, each inhabited by strange and fascinating creatures. Part 1, A Voyage to Lilliput. In the first part of the book, Gulliver is shipwrecked on the island of Lilliput, inhabited by tiny people no more than 6 inches tall. Initially, he is captured by the Lilliputians and treated as a curiosity. However, he gains their trust and becomes a valuable asset to the king. Gulliver helps the Lilliputians win a war against their enemies, the Blefuscudians. But eventually, Gulliver becomes disillusioned with the Lilliputians' petty politics and their obsession with power and status. He escapes back to England. Part 2, A Voyage to Brobdingnag. In the second part of the book, Gulliver finds himself on the opposite end of the scale, in a land of giants called Brobdingnag. Here, he is captured by a farmer and taken to the court of the king, where he becomes a curiosity once again. However, unlike in Lilliput, Gulliver's size means he is in constant danger from the Brobdingnagians. He is taken on a tour of the country, and Swift uses the opportunity to satirize the politics, religion, and customs of 18th century England. After spending some time in Brobdingnag, Gulliver is eventually rescued by an English ship. Part 3, A Voyage to Laputa, Balnibarbi, Glubbdubdrib, Luggnagg, and Japan. In the third part of the book, Gulliver embarks on a voyage to a number of strange and exotic lands. He visits Laputa, a flying island inhabited by intellectuals who are so absorbed in their own thoughts that they have little interest in the outside world. He then travels to Balnibarbi, a country ruled by corrupt politicians and suffering from economic and social decay. Gulliver then visits Glubbdubdrib, a land of sorcerers who can summon the spirits of the dead. He uses this opportunity to speak to famous historical figures and learn about the truth behind their legends. He then travels to Luggnagg, where he meets the immortal Struldbrugs, who are cursed with eternal life but are also plagued by the infirmities of old age. Finally, Gulliver arrives in Japan, where he is able to return to England. Part 4, A Voyage to the Country of the Houyhnhnms. In the fourth and final part of the book, Gulliver arrives on an island inhabited by the Houyhnhnms, a race of intelligent, rational horses who live in a peaceful, utopian society. The Houyhnhnms treat Gulliver with kindness and curiosity, but he is repulsed by the Yahoos, a race of human-like creatures who are savage, filthy, and uncivilized. Gulliver becomes disillusioned with his own humanity and begins to see himself as a Yahoo. He comes to admire the Houyhnhnms and their way of life, and he resolves to stay on the island forever. However, he is eventually rescued by an English ship and returned to England. Throughout the book, Swift uses Gulliver's adventures to satirize various aspects of 18th century English society, including politics, religion, and human nature itself. Gulliver's Trav.